So, Professor Ziblatt, is America uniquely? I mean, we see this happening. We see some of this anti-democratic strain happening all over Western Europe, not just in the United States. But is the United are the United States uniquely susceptible to tyranny?
Well, it's uniquely susceptible to this kind of minority rule, certainly. And let me explain why. You're absolutely right that there are, strong around 20, 30% support for radical right, extremist, sometimes anti-democratic political parties across Western Europe. And so in some sense, we are not unique in that respect. This sort of pattern of views of voters is not so different in the United States from these other countries. The difference is that in the United States, as Steve has just mentioned, we have a whole set of institutions that allow political minorities to exert outsize influence, in the selection of the president and the control of the Senate and the control of the judiciary. So whereas this 20 to 30% faction within most democracies is there and it's a problem and it's a threat, but it's really pushed to the margins of politics and normal politics kind of democratic politics can proceed. In the US, because of our institutions, again, these outlier institutions that we have, we are in this unusual situation. And I should say the founders themselves were very concerned about this. Alexander Hamilton, writing in the 18th century, as he was thinking about the Constitution, was very aware of these kinds of minority rule institutions, which were very common, in fact, earlier in history. In the Polish Parliament is a case that he was particularly interested in the 18th century. Somebody could block legislation; a single member of Parliament could block legislation, which was he said this is poisonous, and we can't have a system that allows minorities to thwart the public will. And that's actually where we land today, uniquely so.